Hey guys, welcome back to the channel everybody. I just played a few matches of the Black Ops Cold War Alpha, and I basically just recorded my first few games. I didn't do particularly well because it was, I was just recording videos of me trying to get used to the game, trying to learn the game, the maps that are on here, how the gunplay works. And this is definitely one of the weirdest COD games I've played. I know it's in its alpha stage and it has a little bit of bugs here and there, frame stuttering, just a lot of different issues, but this game to its core, it feels very weird. It's like a mix between Modern Warfare and Black Ops 4, and it's like this really weird hybrid that to be honest, I don't mean to rag on Treyarch or anything, but it literally feels like COD Mobile in a way. I'm sure if they add a FOV slider on console at least, it'll definitely help that feeling kind of mitigate. But so far this game kind of does feel a lot like COD Mobile, and I couldn't help but notice that when I was running around the map, sliding around and shit, and just the overall gameplay, it just felt really tacky and very, what's the word? Unresponsive. It's definitely a very weird COD game. The maps are pretty good though, the gunplay is pretty good. The quick scoping is really bad. The whole quick scoping thing is back from Black Ops 4, where there's 150 health, long time to kill, but snipers could draw faster than SMGs for some reason. And that's definitely a problem in this game because I've been quick scoped a lot in a couple of games that I've played, not particularly the ones that I've recorded, but yeah, the quick scoping is definitely going to be pretty bad in this game unless they tone it down and at least somewhat make it on par with the rest of the guns in this game with a long time to kill. The least they could really do is just decrease the scoping time, because I feel like that's like way too fast for a COD game with a long time to kill. And also the movement, honestly I would have rather preferred if they'd gone with maybe Modern Warfare's movement system, where the animations were made to be a little more realistic than other COD games, because in this game it's like this hybrid between Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare, and it tends to really take like the weirdest elements of both of those games and mix them together, which is honestly really weird, and it's going to be a really hard game for a lot of people to get into. And the quick scoping is definitely going to be something that people complain about a lot, and I feel like the COD cycle this year is going to be the same like it usually is. When the game first comes out, people are going to say, oh my god, this is the best COD game ever, it's way better than Modern Warfare, and then 2 to 3 months later, people are going to go back and say, well, Modern Warfare wasn't that bad of a game, it was a pretty good game, it's pretty decent, the maps are okay, and people are basically just going to do that thing all over again like they've done with every COD game every year, all the way back from World at War to current day. The next thing I'd like to talk about is a possibility of skill-based matchmaking being in this game. It's personally something that's ruined Modern Warfare for me and a lot of other players as well that are sort of just a little above average typically. If this game has skill-based matchmaking, personally, I'm not going to purchase it. I'm just going to hard pass. I'm going to play something else, because skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare, it genuinely puts me off from gaming in general. It's hard to explain, but a lot of people have this weird misconception where people just want to fucking remove skill-based matchmaking so they can pub stomp all the time, but that's not really the case. It's just a lack of lobby variety and the lack of just the ability to have fun with like random weapons and mess around with your friends and try to dominate with like a really bad gun or something. Skill-based matchmaking basically makes it to where the top tier players or even the mid-tier players have to constantly compete using like meta weapons. And honestly, for a player like me that's like sort of casual, I really just don't want to have to compete 24/7, and I don't want skill-based matchmaking to be extremely aggressive in this game like it was last year, because if there's skill-based matchmaking in this game, like I said, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not even going to consider buying it. I'm probably not even going to care about the game much, because the game it's nothing special. This game is like any other COD game. It's basically your run-of-the-mill, run-and-gun shooter Treyarch game, and granted, Treyarch does make superior COD games, but it's just going to be the same thing all over again, where people complain about the game, not being as good as it was back in the good old days, and they're going to go back to Modern Warfare saying how good that game was because it just felt better. And The COD cycle is just going to continuously go on and on like a hamster wheel, and personally I just don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be caught in the mix of being someone who likes a game at first and then hates the game and then likes the game again when the next game comes out. I'm just not going to deal with that, especially if there's skill-based matchmaking. That's a complete deal breaker for me. But I want to know your guys' opinion on this game, so leave a comment down below if you've played the alpha and what you feel about the game, what you think about the game, and if you'll be okay with the game having skill-based matchmaking potentially. Because a lot of players say that, you know, skill-based matchmaking, if it's in this game, they're not going to play it or buy it, and I'm on the same boat because Modern Warfare really did put a sour taste in my mouth from all the skill-based matchmaking bullshit. And but yeah, that's it for today's video, everyone. Subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.